Hello team! So, today we're going to have a discussion about certain things in fighting games. And hopefully an attempt to, I don't know, make it better for the future of fighting games in general. I don't know how to go about explaining this, so I'm going to do my best. This is probably the first actual discussion video I've ever done. So, without further ado, Tira and 2B. I'm using Soul Calibur as an example because it's a game that I really enjoy and it's on hand. I can easily do it. Tira and 2B are two characters that you have to have DLC to play as. Makes sense. And if they're not there, then the two slots next to 2B, to the right and the left of 2B, is what would be here otherwise. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with DLC characters in general in a fighting game, but there is one exception to this rule. So, like, I can choose 2B.
Proceeding to target location.
Actually, no. I'll use Tira as an example, because I don't know Tira, which is the point.
I'm gonna kill you!
Indeed. So...
Pod.
Affirmative.
I didn't say anything yet.
Oh, that's funny. So I'm going to use Tira and 2B, and the map, because might as well use the map while I'm at it, because it's also technically DLC. Right. So I have no idea what Tira can do. The only actual, like, information I have about her is based on the fights that I've had with her online. Which is actually... That's weird. Which is actually insane, because, like, if you're playing online... Oh, cool. If you're playing online, then you need to know what you're fighting. Like, if you're playing at least on any level of competitive, like, anything that's competitive, you need to know how to play the game. And so, when you're fighting characters from DLC, you don't know what they're doing or what they're capable of. This gives them, the people who buy this, a ridiculous advantage. And it also makes the people who don't know what the character is capable of, incapable of understanding the character.
I'm gonna kill you!
What I mean by that is, they can't know the strengths or weaknesses of a character. People constantly think that 2B is overpowered outright because they can't use her, because they don't know what she is. I think, I feel that training mode should have the DLC characters. That's essentially what I'm getting to. You should be able to test the DLC characters in training. This should just be a thing in all fighting games. This isn't just straightly related to Soul Calibur. I'm using that as a example, though. Like, okay. Because, like this, I'm learning so many things about Tira that I never knew, and this is only a few seconds of training. I've fought, like, 17 to 30 Tiras online, and, like, I don't know. How do I do the low attack? No. This? Yeah, I guess that'll work. Like, things like that. I didn't know this existed. I had no idea. This would catch me off guard in an actual fight, because I don't know that's a thing. Till now. I just found it. I just grabbed Tira. And then Tira has this mechanic where she beats herself or gets beaten up by the enemy, and now her moveset is completely different. Which is awesome. It's very cool. But at the same time, it also puts you at this really awkward place when you're fighting her online. You don't know what she can do. Not until you've fought enough of them. And if you're playing in any level of serious competition, that's not okay. It's not okay to be put into a situation where you have absolutely no clue what's going on. You're playing a competitive battle, you know, like a competitive fighting game. It's just kind of nonsense. I don't know exactly how to properly get this through, but I feel like it's a discussion worth having. Like, people... This should be commonplace. People should be able to play as these characters on training. Not online. Not through the main game modes, but training specifically. There's a lot of, like, small details, like frame data, which are very important in a fighting game. And you can't get those just from a basic online fight. I mean, you could, if you fought enough of them, but that requires a lot of fights where you're very uncertain of what the enemy is even capable of. I also had this problem on fighters, like Dragon Ball Fighters, where, at least when Vegito came out, Super Vegito, I kept getting tackled, and I didn't know how I could deal with him. I didn't know if I was able to beat his attack speed. I didn't know if, like, what his attacks looked like, so I'd be caught by weird hits. Like, and then I'd lose, like, half my health. I didn't know what I could do about that. It's kind of unreasonable. Oh, that's cool. It's Garden back there. But, like, the fact that players can't learn what these DLC characters are capable of without having the DLC, which is, depending on what you're doing, like, per character it's $5. Or 6? I don't know. And for the season pass it's like 30. But then there can be multiple season passes, so the season pass isn't guaranteeing every character either. And even if it did, it still leaves the people who didn't buy the season pass out to dry. It's complete nonsense. I don't know. I just feel that, like, the huge differences here are very important. I should like pick up tier after this. But yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I feel that this is something that needs to be looked at legitimately, like, by people much more competent than I. Because, like, I don't know. I'm not good at explaining or talking about things that are important like this. I tend to trail off a lot. But I feel that this is something that definitely needs to be looked at. People should be able to play as these characters in, like, tutorials or training. Things that allow people to learn what these characters are capable of. And it's not a bad deal for the publishers either, or I guess the developers either. I don't know. Whoever makes the money from the game. It's not a bad deal for them either. Because if someone finds a DLC character that they like, they'll probably buy it. That's cool. So you can hold it for longer. But yeah, like, there's a lot of really cool things in this game, and in most fighting games, that are in DLC. But some people won't buy the characters or things because they don't know if they like the characters and things. Heck, I didn't know that Tira was so interesting. Like, what is this? I don't know. It's cool. Whatever's going on is really cool. But, actually, just, what is this? Like, I know she has, like, a weird mechanic where, okay, so it's just being in this transformation state that does that. And then she stays in this state. Okay. I believe if she hits you with this, she transforms at the end of it to the gloomy state. Yeah. So, like, these are very interesting bits of information that are very useful. Like, these are things to know. I know that because I've been hit by it a few times. But, like, I didn't know if there was, like, an input that I had to put in, or if it was just that. If it just happens. And some things, like, no, this. The longer version, or the short version, oh, that damage difference is huge. Like, I wouldn't know that there would be a difference in this. Having not played Tira until this moment, I wouldn't have known that there was a fast version or a slow version. I would have seen the slow version once and gone, okay, so there's an opening. Then she just hits me with the fast version. Like, I don't... I feel like that's a lot to deal with, I guess. What is this? That's neat. Is there something I can do off that? I don't think that was proper. Also, that transformed me back. Which is also weird. I don't know why that happened. Yeah. But... Okay, so this into this. Yes, that is a true combo. Like, see, those are very Wait, can I... No, it's back. Back. No, that's too slow. But like that, like, it's very interesting. Holy crap, that damage. It's very interesting to know these things. And like, I didn't even know the damage. Look at this. Look at how much damage this does. That's a huge chunk. That's just something, well, that's pretty good. And it's just something that just happened. Like if I fought this online and got hit by that, it'd be stupid. Well, not now. I know what I'm doing, but like, if I didn't know what I'm doing, that'd be ridiculous. I don't know what else to say about this. This is just something that needs to be talked about. People need to think about this a bit. Like, if we could just try the characters out. Oh, hey, there's Nines. If we try the characters out online, or not online, in training, then we would be able to fight them online. We'd be able to understand what they're capable of online. And we might purchase the characters. We might be interested in using these characters. If they're fun, like, Tira's actually fun. I never liked Tira before. Like, since Soul Calibur 3, I had never been a fan of Tira's fighting style. But for whatever reason, she just feels much more fun in this game. I don't know why. I mean, it might be very little difference between Soul Calibur 5 and Soul Calibur 6, but... What? Oh, I accidentally played a trigger. But like, this is a very good point, I feel. Like, this is something that needs to be noted. Is like, it's not bad for the publisher, and it's not bad for the consumer. It's also not bad for the competitive state, because people that don't know about characters are going to complain about characters. And I don't know, I just feel that leaving things like that, where you have to buy a character to know what the character is capable of, I think that that's not okay. I think that there are some big problems with that in general. You know? I guess that's all I'm trying to say. Like, I don't really know of any other alternative than to, like, just letting people play them on tutorial. But I do want to make this into a conversation. I want people to essentially come together and think about, like, what to do about this. And or maybe the publisher could, you know, make this a thing. Make it to where you can try characters in training. Especially for, like, legitimately competitive fighting games. Like, Soul Calibur is a competitive fighting game. I need to know what my enemy is capable of to do something about it. You know? It's just... I don't know. I don't know what else to say. That's all I got, though. I feel like this is something that needs to be looked into. I believe I said my part. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or this thought. Or, I don't really know if enjoy is the right word. I hope you guys found this interesting, and maybe this could change the future of fighting games somehow. It's just a thought. It's just something I want to... I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I want this to do something. I want this video to in some way inspire a conversation. I want people to be able to play... I want people to be able to play the characters in training to learn what they're capable of, and then become able to use them. I'm saying the same thing over and over. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed it, regardless of all the weird, awkward... Oh, what is this? This is another new... Wait, what? Oh, it's double back. Yeah, this is also new. What is this? there any other buttons I can hit there? Like, there's just a lot of things that I'm learning just from touching the character. Yeah, my point's pretty obvious. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Good night!